I had a chemistry teacher in high school. Actually, I never liked chemistry, but he helped me out. And, you know, how many of you guys, if you don't like a subject and the teacher really helps you, actually end up liking it? Am I right about that? You can go in hating a subject, and when it clicks, you like it. And you can go in actually loving the subject, and you didn't know it was that hard, and the teacher doesn't help you, and you're entirely lost. Chinese proverb said, teachers open the door, but you must enter by yourself. That I find is true. When my chemistry teacher, I walked in junior year of high school, he told us, I will do my best to help you, but if you guys do not want help, there's nothing I can do. I will just leave you on your own. That I find is very true. I was going through a lot of things, as I said in my last speech, around that time, and in school I could not focus at all. And I kept going up to him like, Mr. Gower, please, I do not get this. And he kept telling me, you know what, just come in at lunch. You know, I used to go in at least twice a week at lunch to get help. That's the only way you can actually go into the door, as the Chinese proverb said. He's helping me, but if I don't listen, there's no way I'm going to enter through that door. You know, you gotta help people to help you, basically. I mean, if you're drowning in an ocean and you do not want to stick your hand out to someone else who's sticking their hand out to help you up, you're going to die. You're going to drown. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, it's true, right? You got to listen to advice. I mean, when I used to get to my therapist, I was like, you know what, this is over. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know, I was so over everything. And when I finally started to see, you know what, I can do it, I'm going to listen to this advice, I'm going to, you know, learn these coping skills, that's when I started to see the end of the tunnel, you know. It's like, you know, you're opening the door basically to heaven, you know. You want to see what's at the end. If you enter, you know, if it's closed, you do not know what's going to happen. And you just need help sometimes. I mean, that chemistry teacher, I hated chem. I swear to God, I hated it. I hated everything to do with science. And when I finally got the help that I needed, it ended up being my favorite class. He is my favorite teacher. I mean, I'm sorry, this isn't my favorite class, but right? I like it, but that class, it just helped me out so much. And getting that grade, a good grade in a class I thought I would definitely fail, it just made me feel so much better, you know. When someone helps you and they care about helping you and you decide, okay, let's give it a shot, and it works, it's just such an overwhelming feeling of accomplishment. And, you know, if you just need help and someone's opening the door for you, walk right into it, see what's on the other side.
All right, well, you've got a good story that you start with and an okay rhetorical question. The transition to the topic is fine. There's not really a preview of the structure because I'm not sure that there is a lot of structure. You've got a good theme that you're going on and you just kind of plow forward. At one point, it did seem like you were going off on another point and you're going to have a separate way of making the point, but you really just kind of circle around and come back to your example again. Now, in your situation, you're fortunate because it's a good example and you've got some nice details that you can share about it, and you are happy to share those kinds of things, which, by the way, I think adds a lot to the presentation because you sound very sincere when you're talking about this. You are engaged in the subject matter. You seem like you really believe what you're saying, and you want the audience to understand the perspective that you have there. I thought that worked pretty well. Gestures, a couple of times you got your hands in your pocket. That looked a little bit awkward. On your posture, sometimes you looked a little bit stiff while you're standing there, but most of the time you're looking at the audience. You seem pretty engaged. Those were the only places I saw anything that I would describe as anxiety issues. The conclusion of the speech, I thought you had a nice, clear visualization of the point that you were making in sort of a clever way of expressing it with that exit line. And at the end, like I said, although it does seem like you start to repeat a little bit, I didn't think that any of it was particularly problematic because it comes across as pretty sincere. All right, thank you. Even though